It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always. It's been a long day, I mean a long week, maybe a long year, so let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good foot, ladies gonna be dancing on the ceiling. Cocky and appealing, possibly revealing. Getting sideways like a bridesmaid, and she vibrate. If you a lightweight, hope you hydrate. We gon' tip the bottles back, busting out the fat sacks. People wearing costumes, chewing on a mushroom. Something like a wonderland, understand? Going down the rabbit hole with my kinfolk to another land. Damn, I said we do it like this. Magic carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, believers? I hope everybody's having a good evening. Lunatics, I hope that you're in the house too. My name is Bleez. This is Bedtime with Bleez. And today, guess what? We are starting off with actually a good day. Didn't get the great, we didn't get the great burns that we wanted, but little birdie told me that there's more burns to come tomorrow. So we didn't get the actual big burn that we were looking for, but we're going to get another burn from the 1.2% that was opt-in. And we're going to see how much that adds up to. Might not add up to much. It might add up to a whole lot. We don't know yet because we haven't seen it. But as soon as we see it, then we'll have a better idea of where we are. Now, if it doubles, then that turns it into, instead of needing 14 years for everything to happen, we only need 7 years for everything to happen. So we got a long way to go, right? But we do have one of the most important pieces has finally been revealed. We're going to talk about it a little bit today, kind of get an idea. People have had a chance to digest it just a little bit. And I don't know how, I think Crypto King is going to put a knock on it. He said that his video was not very kind to the whole idea. I don't know if that is short-sighted. I don't know if I don't know if he's right. We're all just kind of sitting out here sort of winging it. But let's look at the chart and let's see what we see. And guess what? We got another bear pennant appearing, and it is actually playing out almost to perfection, by the way. You literally can't make this shit up. So if I'm a guessing man, then I'm guessing that we're probably going to see at least a little bit more lift to come along. Now, Bull BNB is full on thinking that this thing is about to start a mega pump. So I'm going to go against him just a little bit and say that I don't know that there's a mega pump right now. I think everybody wants to kind of see what the burns look like. I think they want to see, all of the pieces, quote unquote, that go into this diorama before they start to go crazy on it, because there's only so much that we can do, right? And if everybody's not participating and everybody's not burning some of the supply, and by the way, if you are a person who's invested, you should not be just tossing your supply into a burn pool just because you want to be part of something. You're just tossing money away. There's no upside for you on this. And the reason that there's no upside for you on this, and I know that some people are going to say, well, you got to start somewhere. Yeah, that's stupid. Don't ever say that again. That's crazy. You don't have to start somewhere. So Terra Classics at 30.83, right? Down about 8%. The volume down a little bit too. Market cap down a little bit too. There's that feeling of quote unquote bleeding, right? But here's what matters. When you look at it, what matters is the burn and the circulating supply. So we burned down to 6.893 trillion. and we have 6.590 trillion circulating. So what we're now having to do is work our way and continue to dwindle this. Now, remember, at some point, some of the stuff that's in here is just people earning tokens because they're in the community pool for validators. So you're just getting stuff for being a validator, and there's always going to be some that are in there. So this overall supply will come down. This supply, eventually, look, it's all going to start coming, but it's going to take a little time. I mean, that much should now be highly evident that we are, we're in better shape than we were before, but we're not lighting anything up as much as we should have been or could have been. But let's go back and let's remember, just 1 week ago, lunatics at 1.056 billion burn was the top burner of Luna tokens. And today, the 1.2% burn tax has burned almost 4 billion, probably 4 billion by morning time. And then Binance has burned 5.6 billion. And now it's making everybody else look like an embarrassment, right? And we see all the different places that they can come from. And by the way, just so you remember here, what I'm telling you here, Luna Classic whales have only given away 42 million. Luna Classic whales, who could effectively create something incredibly different than what we're seeing right now, only gave away $12,000 total dollars. So if you want to see the greed, if you want to see the level of, you have to think about these things, and please understand, like, I'm not trying to talk shit about you. If you're a whale, you're already fat enough, you know what I mean? But the whole thing here is, people are not going to give their money away. CZ Binance, he's telling you, like, don't give your money away. Let the process play out. Let it all kind of start to play its way through, right? So that's what it's looking at. And John Hurth, thank you for the $10 bomb, man. I appreciate you. Let's get in chat just a little bit and let's see what's going on. What is going on? Alexis, Curtis, B, Ricky in the house, Maddie B, what is going on? Family Z in the house. Tell Tracy I said hi. Cody Core, what is happening? Jeremy in the house. What's up? XP Hustler. Yushleva. I hope I said that right. Thanks for coming in. Old Dog 316. And that's the bottom line. Thank you for coming in. Andres Ortiz. I'm late because I had to listen to the intro twice. Hey, man, you can listen to the intro all the time. BelievesCrypto.com. You can download a copy, 99 cents. It sure helps me. Can you explain this opt-in 1.2% burn for tomorrow? Is this from Binance or from whom? I'm missing something here. It is from Binance, and it's supposed to be that they are going to let you know how much they burned off of the 1.2% opt-in. Remember, there was something to do with they were implementing some kind of 1.2% burn for people that wanted to. I don't know if they implemented it or I don't know how it worked, but it's supposed to come the day after. So it may not be anything tomorrow. We might not see anything tomorrow, but we will see it pretty soon. So we'll see. I think you should make the intro like, dude, man, that's another couple $1,000, man. Maybe. I don't know. We might do it. Who knows, right? Relax with me. Believes, can we quote the correct circulating supply penguins? Doesn't remove stake coins. We are actually under 6 trillion. We are under. Okay, so it's the circulating supply that is being recognized as 6.15. But here's the thing: if you go and you look at any different place, I mean, you can really kind of figure it out for yourself, right? Terra Classic over here says there's 6.151 trillion circulating supply. So if you look at this market cap, here's the market cap. Calculator, and whoops, it's my ass. God damn it. 1891723. So 1891723 So that's the so you can see right there that the price that we've got right now, 3077, is calculated based on a 1.891892 trillion billion market cap with a 6.151 trillion supply. It's not based on the max total supply or anything like that. Luna Classic might be incorrect in their overall assumption, but somehow they're coming up with about the same number anyway. So okay, so the official value does not take staked coins into the account currently. So that's what it is. Okay, so there's 490 billion, whatever it is, that are staked right now. So, and that's fine. That's fine. But we should at least take into consideration that that's probably wrong. And one of the reasons that the price pumped up like it did is because of that. So you might want to watch out for that. By the way, I did see somebody on Friday night. I had a Spaces, and I'm going to have a Spaces on Thursday as well. And we're going to be talking about a lot of different tokens. Anybody who's anybody in the space that I've talked to or that I've talked about or that I know or anything like that, or that friends of mine have, they're going to be there Thursday night. We're going to have, it's called Deca Mega Space. And I'm going to have a whole lot of people there. It would be nice if you guys would show up too. Show me some support at 6 p.m. Central Time, and it's on Twitter Spaces. So you won't have to look at my ugly face. You just have to hear my horrible voice, and that would be kind of cool of you. But US Terra Classic, rest in peace, because it looks like there's no path forward. So one of the things that USTC, basically what they said was this: if that this is a debt owed to another token that they can't really do anything with, right? So the whole idea was to repeg these together, but when they do that, they're going to assume about $90 million worth of debt that it's not for them to pay. That's the responsibility of Luna 2. So Luna 2 in some way is going to compensate USTC holders, or there's something going on there. So I'm not sure exactly what it is. But on Friday, during my Spaces, a guy walked in, came in, said that he had just put $10,000 on USDT. And that was on Friday. And like, I felt bad, like right away. I was like, oh, dude, get out of that. Cause that's crazy, right? Like, don't do that. Don't be. And that was what, the first, today's the second, third, first. So it was 9:30 and we started down here. So it was at 31.82, right? And like, we were telling him, like, dude, when you get like a 5%, something, get out, right? So dude, if you're listening, I hope you got out up here and you didn't get stuck down here. Doesn't mean that it's not going to run, but without support of the Terra Rebels, that is going to be very difficult for anything here to happen. So we're going to see. Wizard Cell, what's going on? Anthony Hawkins, what is going on? 912 all day long. USTN repeg when January, I think. I'm guessing at this point, so I don't know. She said, hello, still can't drive, but those sandwiches sugar. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Goddamn sandwiches. That was for you, Maddie B. What's going on, PS5? Hey, man, it's crazy that you didn't win the PS5 and that Reed did, and you named yourself after a PS5. That's crazy, right? Can penguins remove the staked coins? We are currently under 6 trillion. I don't think that really matters, because that's not the price isn't figured that way. And yeah, it might make us a little bit more comfortable, but that's going to be a programming thing, and they probably don't want to or don't have the resources for it right now. It's probably something that we'll get to a little bit later on, and it's probably at this point unnecessary. I want to say, relax, that part of this whole proposal is to reduce certain supplies. along the way. So I don't think that having them in there is going to matter too much. Maybe for localized price right now, but I mean, it's window dressing. It's not gonna make anything better. So wasn't technically the burn from the 27th to the 1st. Then the numbers would make more sense. Yeah, it's 4 days. So it's the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. And then they wrapped it up on the 1st or something like that. It's either 4 or 5 days. I think it was more like 4 though. What's up, Mark? How you doing? All right, so I think I got everybody caught up. What is going on? Australia in the house. What's going on? Buy green, sell red. What am I hearing about Shift? The only thing I'm hearing about Shift is the same thing that everybody else is hearing right now, that it doesn't work the way that they wanted it to, and they're working through the issues right now, and that we should hear something shortly. Pan sent me a message, said that come hell or high water, it's going to work right pretty soon, and but it has to be it has to work the way he needs it to work. Otherwise, So I don't like it, but I mean, what am I going to do? The option is to accept it or don't accept it, and the only way to not accept it is to sell. And I'm not fixing to sell, because fuck that. I'm not losing money like that. So I will ride it out for right now. But let's talk about, by the way, what's going on in the markets here, guys. I want to make sure that everybody here is kind of informed about what this market looks like. Now, that means that I'm not going to be in chat. So if you want me to pay attention and you want to talk to me through chat, then you're going to need to do it through Super Chat, because I'm going to be doing this other shit right now. And part of that is we're going to look at this right here. And this is what's going on with Luna Classic, right? As long as we keep bouncing around in this channel, then we're probably destined for another breakout. I don't know how high we go. But what is really starting to happen over here is, you can see this is, and there's a lot of good indicators right now. If you look from here, and let's call it, this is where we had a nice little pump going on just a little while ago. So, we're not going back to that moment right there. We're just taking this into consideration right here. So if we do that, then we are now kind of moving upwards slowly, but we are kind of moving upwards. Now, this big mountain over here didn't seem to stick. So it looks like we're really kind of doing this. It's a very long-term pattern and not great. When you look at it from the overall, and I know that I keep this kind of choppy out here, but bear with me. It's the way that this looks right now is, if you kind of ignore this right here and just say, well, that was just some random pump for an hour or two. This is the Bart Simpson fake out that brought everything back down. Well, now the thing that you're interested in is, are you respecting your support lines, right? So if this is the line, it was hitting here, and then it was hitting here, and if it was hitting here, then that means that it's respecting those lines. So now you have to find out, what lines are we respecting here? And that really kind of looks like it goes right around here. And the reason, and it's not even firm yet, but the reason is because you have, when you look over here, you can see here that, like, we tested it right here. We tested it and used it as support right here, and then tested it again right here. So there's something to this line. And if you go devil's advocate and push it out just a little bit more, then you can see here that we found it as support over here as well. And if you move it down here, then you can see that we tested that line. So I do feel like we're in the play right now for kind of a relief rally. I don't know if we're really going to get it. I mean, I know, look, the market's due. The market is due. I mean, at this point, the market is more than due for a pump, right? This kind of shit can only happen for so long before people are like, eh. And by the way, there was a survey just recently, and it used to be that 59% of people could see themselves getting into cryptocurrency. Millennials, younger people who had money, that were getting money, they could see themselves getting into cryptocurrency. The number's down to 35%. So don't let that number escape you. While we're in the middle of what we would call mass adoption, and while we're in the middle of continuing to see good and positive things coming out of cryptocurrency and that sort of mass adoption, we are not seeing it spread over to the retail investor at this point. We're seeing a big struggle coming out of retail. So that struggle out of retail should alarm everybody, because you are retail. We're all retail. So here's the important part. The important part is when we come out here to the 4-hour candle, then you can see right here that we're still just kind of in this channel. We respected this line, by the way. You can see when the pumps are happening that there is this weird thing, right? But we got to get over 1355. You can see it's been a struggle. This has been right here, right here, right here. Like 1355 has just been a devil of a time right now. So what we're going to need is we're going to need to get over that one. We're going to need to get over 1380, and we're going to need to get into an area that hasn't been as tested or as worn out and quote unquote shot out. So if we come over here and then we put some volume profile on, then, let's find an area here where, maybe we see less support so that we can start doing something. And, it looks like we're going to have to get over, you know what, right through here. So that 1410 right now actually really does look good and attractive. If we can get right in here, then we've got some opportunity to at least, settle around 1420, something like that. It looks like we're going to get to about 1450 before we really encounter an exorbitant amount of resistance right there. There is like just a little clean sort of area right here. And I hope everybody can kind of make that out. I know I'm going crazy over here, but we're looking for spots where we can kind of make moves. And you can see right here locally, there's just nothing. So, it's when you move out here that you start to see the volume. But as you can see over here, this little volume profile shows that we've just got this empty spot right here. So if we can make it to 1400, then, opportunity does present itself to at least settle in that region. Maybe it's a great opportunity to pump a little bit, take a little bit of profit. Who knows? I mean, it's just a matter of what can happen. So we can see that. Now on to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, by the way, and I did put something on my chart, and I want everybody to see it. When someone posts cool stuff about Elon Musk, just remind them about that time right here that he sold all of Tesla's Bitcoin and wrecked the crypto market. So I know you're not watching me, Elon, because you've got, I don't know what you're doing. But we remember the North remembers, Elon. Anyway, so that's where Elon wrecked the market, and then was like, oh yeah, we just were selling it off because we needed to have cash reserves available. And also we're going to make like a rocket. It's going to go into space. And also we make like internet, and we call it Starlink. And also my dad's banging my sister, and also she's my mom. So like, that's true, by the way. And that's true, by the way. I'm not making that up. And so yeah, and like everybody should like make babies because there's not enough people on the planet. So yeah, he's not making new people. He wants new buyers for his cars. Which, by the way, Tesla stock is down today, and the Tesla stock is down today because they are having supply issues, and they only moved 355,000 units when they were expected to move at least 389,000 units. So they're down about 10% overall in their numbers. So when their reports start coming in about some of the market, I think it's going to be dirty. I think we're going to start seeing, I don't know what the numbers are looking like, by the way. I don't know what days the earnings reports. So we've already got some coming out, Carnival, uranium energy. So, we're seeing some of them pop out. We can look at the calendar. And what's tomorrow? The 4th? Oh, shit. Well, we want the 4th. Acuity is the only one coming out tomorrow of note. Then we got RPM, HELN, Thursday, ConAgra. So we don't have anybody big really popping out. And we can show a lot more here. Yeah, it's probably going to be the second week here that we'll start to see big ones coming. Yeah, Pepsi is coming out on the 12th of October. Delta Airlines, BlackRock is the 13th. Is it? Yeah, the 13th. Walgreens, Domino's. So we'll start to see some big ones coming out next week. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. Bank Day is going to be October 14th. The 18th is going to be more Bank Day with Hasbro, Johnson & Johnson thrown into the mix. The 19th and the 20th. So we got a little bit for a rally. So, we've got some time before we get this rally. Now, here's the other thing. Let's see. Wait a minute. Biden stocks. Here we go. So we're starting to get reports. There was a report earlier today. Damn, I don't remember where it is. We'll have to get to it. But there was a report today that European nations and some of the Middle Eastern nations had reached out to Joe Biden and asked him to stop raising rates with the Fed, that he and what we're doing right now is wrecking their markets. So they're starting to get nervous that everything that's happening here in America is screwing everything up overseas. And of course, listen, we were at 34,000 just a few days ago. I mean, like, we literally were at 34,000 on August 16th, and it's October 3rd. So, like, this is a catastrophic sort of dump. The DXY continued to pump, hitting new records up until, what is this, day chart? Up till about 3 or 4 days ago. So, the whole, everything everywhere is just kind of going crazy. So, that being said, we're going to need a relief rally. That's all I'm saying. We are going to need a serious relief rally, and God damn it. So listen, I'm going to delete everything here, all the indicators. We're going to delete Ethereum, and we're going to start over. We're going to delete Bitcoin. We're going to start over. We're going to stop making fun of the overall. We're going to look at Luna Classic in a different light. We're going to do that tomorrow. We're just going to remove it today, and then we're going to start looking at these things with a different eye tomorrow and see what we see. Let's remove some of the pieces that were in there before. We can look at, by the way, other than this big move up here, you can actually kind of see, and I don't know that this is going to mean anything, but from right here to right here, you're kind of seeing a trend line of some sort of little support. So, I mean, maybe we're going to continue to see some increases. It's we're burning supply, and the number still mathematically is going into if it's that 6.151 trillion or 5.95 whatever the number is, still far too high, and not going to have a significant move until we do something about it. But that doesn't mean that we can't have some of these numbers, that we can't start to see some, crazy little changes happening in the market. But listen, guys, we're at, and China has woken up. So we're on a good run on the Korean index. The Korean index is up 48 points or 2.2%. Dow Jones had a huge spike. The SPY had a huge spike. The DXY is coming down. Everything that's needed for crypto to make a move is happening. The only thing that's not happening is crypto making this type of move, right? And the fact that crypto is not making that type of move, but it is making this type of move, which was happening over here, does lend itself from right here, we could see a spike at any point up to 1400, just because it's kind of sitting in that zone. And really kind of same thing with Bitcoin. Like it's just kind of like we're seeing it keep going and going and going. We're not seeing that passion. And by the way, when we go look at this, let's go look at the volume of trading for the day. It was really low, $53 billion in crypto trading volume. And when we go look at the volume, look right here. The volume was in Tether. The volume was in Bitcoin. The volume was in Ethereum, Binance, USD, XRP, and Terra right there. That's where the volume is. So now let's do this real quick. This is the full white paper for the Terra swap that's about to be disabled. So just so you guys know, the Terra swap is going to be disabled in a couple days, and it's going to be because let me go in here real quick, and like it's nonsense. You see me joking about it, I think, but look at my wallet over here. So I have 365 Luna, I have 20 USTC, I have 297 Korean dollars, I have 0 euros, but I have like 20 here. I have these ridiculous numbers of random tokens that are like USTC wrapped. Like there's just so many different stable coins that have all fallen along the wayside from this whole disaster. But like I've got 109 more USTC, and I'm minting these little amounts of these other ones, and like we don't need it. So I don't know why it's a thing, but it is a thing. So anyway, the proposal is to remove all of them, and then disable the swap until they can get it moved over. They want to remove all pairings, and then they want to disable and then re-enable so that it's going to work in the future the way that they want it to. And while I'm at it, I guess we should go over here and talk about this one, because it did make it to governance. And it is enable funding to incentivize devs by changing the reward weight of tax and channel 0.2% to the community pool. I don't know what it says, right? Luna Classic, as of now, would not have been reborn without the persistence and effort of the founding Terra Rebel devs and supporting members. Although there have been a lot of discussions on incentivizing devs who are continuing to contribute on a voluntary basis, to my knowledge, there has not been any concrete proposal to make this happen. We do not have a dev pool to cover dev infrastructure for ecosystem dApps. In an emergency case, if TFL is unable to incentivize devs, will leave to TR to plan the details on this. Fund new projects utility on the chain. This proposal seeks to enable the funding by changing the reward weight of tax and channel 0.2 to the community pool. Use the community pool wallet to store the funds in the Agora. Please note the initial proposal was modified based on the feedback, referring to post number 15. And then you can see here, nobody's voting yes or like this is going to die. This is not a great proposal. It's not a clear proposal. I don't know who did it. They thought about it, obviously, but I don't know that there's a lot of support for it. So but if you want to support, if you want to, by the way, and you are on station, then you go in here and then you can go to the vote, and then we can what do we want to do? We want to enable what do we want to vote, right? Let's pay our fee in that stupid KRT bullshit. And what do we do? Oh shit, I forgot to pick yes or no. What do we want to do? You know what? Let's skip the vote. We don't have to vote on that. Our opinion is going to matter very little on that one anyway. So let's just kind of leave that one for a ride. Let's go look while we're here at what is going on in the Multiverse. And you see here, we're trending kind of 63.58, kind of sideways right now. The market everywhere, as you can see, is just kind of tired. Everything is just kind of feeling the burden of all of this market. WAGMI 36, MMAI 35, Saitama 1323, Phoenix 3466, Box of 4121, Volt, we already did that one. Terra's at 7539, Hulk's at 4594, Shift 3251, Deconnect at 8131. So that's kind of where we are. I think there'll be some, we'll have some plays, we'll have some moves. A lot of these guys right now are just basically getting into shitcoin land just to say that they've done something because they're bored and they screw up with their stupid decisions and something's going down. So, some of these with their stupid decisions are just, paying for it. But anyway, guys, I have to wrap this up a little bit earlier. So this is going to be the end for the night. Time to walk the dogs and do all that kind of stupid, silly stuff. But there'll be a full show tomorrow morning. So it's not financial advice. My name is Bleaves. I am always right. We will see you guys again in the morning.